Dear KKK, you don't represent white America. If you want white power today, you should read a book about Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Warren Buffett, Sam Walton, and figure out the way to get white power today is capitalism and entrepreneurship. I do realize that the KKK has been an organization that's been around for over 100 years. So back then, I don't think it was well understood that the way to get white power is capitalism and entrepreneurship. But today, the KKK should know that is the way you get white power. You establish an industry like Hollywood and Silicon Valley, and you invent something to make a lot of money. That's just how you get white power today, by doing the same crap that Bill Gates did and Steve Jobs did and whatever Sam Walton did and whatever Warren Buffett did is to become, rich and famous is how you get white power today. And nobody cares that the rich white people use their money to segregate themselves from the uh, poor ethnic neighborhoods and schools. I mean, if you want to get white power, you read a book about Bill Gates, and that's how you figure out how you get white power today. Um, it's kind of really hard to get to know you since everybody is, trying to ban you from the internet and TV. But I've been able to read some stuff about you, and it seems like today you should modify yourselves as Fox News conservatives and reform yourselves as a Southern um, Heritage Foundation group. I don't see nothing wrong with trying to um, celebrate Southern heritage. I mean, I live in New York City where we have like hundreds of ethnic groups that celebrate their culture, and nobody finds anything wrong with it. So I don't see how you cannot reform yourself as just a Southern Heritage Foundation. You say that you are against the Catholic Church, so I don't think you could really think of yourself as a European foundation of any sort. Maybe you're really just an American foundation, American WASP Foundation, White Anglo-Saxon Protestant. And maybe that's how you should reform yourselves today as a Southern, Heritage Foundation group. But you should understand that you don't really represent white America, and you do need to change. You do need to realize that we are one human race, and we all need to share this big planet that we call Earth. You do need to loosen up a bit where you're just willing to have business relationships with blacks, white, Hispanics, Chinese. I mean, you have to loosen up yourself where you're willing to at least have business relationships with people of different ethnic groups and heritage. And personal relationships is one thing, business relationships is another. You could be exactly like my dad. My dad is Italian American. I grew up, in that household where I was told that, interracial relationships, isn't a good thing. So, you could be just exactly like my dad, who doesn't really believe in interracial relationships at all. So, but you need to change. You need to modify yourselves as Fox News conservatives. You need to reform yourselves as a Southern Heritage Foundation, and you need to realize that we are one human race, and we need to share this big planet that we call Earth. And you also need to realize if you want white power today, you read a book about Bill Gates, and that's how you're supposed to figure out how to get white power today. And I know 100 years ago, people didn't know how to get white power by entrepreneurship and capitalism, but that's how you get white power today. You do whatever Bill Gates did to get white power, and how you do it today. So, yeah. So, dear KKK, you do not represent white America. You need to change.